Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. And it appears that the shorts are causing another market melt up. Of course, they are getting stopped out and pushing higher. It appears that we are going to continue to build some bearish divergence here, but we could also very well just break out of this, right? We could push higher and significantly higher and turn this into another rally. But we will see we'll follow up when that happens. We were looking at the possibility of this being an ABC retrace, and it still very well could be. My goodness, my English, an overshooting B wave, but the likelihood of a continuation towards the upside is very high at the moment. Tomorrow we have non-farm payrolls that are expected to come out. So let me just take a look at the forecast very quickly, and I'll tell you guys what the expectation is. Let me just head over to here, pull that up. Okay, so tomorrow the expectations for the numbers for the non-farm payrolls is going to be 198,000, which is a very big reduction and should fall in line with the ADP numbers that we received on Wednesday. And the previous report that we got was 353,000 jobs created, which was significantly higher than the forecast as well. We overshot that by I think 100,000 jobs or something. It was something really ridiculous. I can get into the data here. All right, I'll tell you guys. The expectations last month was 187,000, and we got 353,000. So that was absolutely insane. Now we'll have to see what we're gonna get in much of the month of March. So that's gonna be interesting. Or sorry, the month of February. That's reported in March. So we will see. If we get another big number like that, that is going to be very bearish for the markets, in my opinion. I think the Fed's going to see that the labor market is still very strong, and they're going to have to delay the rate hikes once more, and that could cause some downside. But if they come in better than expected, expect another market melt up and a possible gap up at the open as well. This could cause the small caps IWM to run even higher. Today we hit one of my sell zones here, right on the dot, and then we just started to reverse, or pretty damn close to it. To be honest, this is just a sell area that I have outlined here. It's not a fib calculation or anything like that. I could remove it, but I'll just leave it for now because I think that once we get into this range here, it's still indicative of a potential danger area. But if we start to take off in a 303 moment, that's going to be very bullish. So it'll be extremely bullish, and you don't want to miss out on this rally if that happens. All right, let me take a look at the SPY on the daily time frame, and I can actually check the futures here for you guys as well. Take a look at the futures, see what's going on. So yeah, again, another green dot confirming more upside. So it appears that prices are going to continue to push higher here. And again, it's just buy the dip. It's a very difficult market to short right now. I should know. I have a few shorts running and they are not doing too well, right? So it's a very difficult market to short. So again, buy the dip continues. Prices are going to continue to push higher. Not seeing any selling the last 3 candles here. On the 4-hour time frame, we got a green cross after this dip, and guess what? The price is moving higher since then. 1-hour time frame, we do have a red cross. This just happened, I think, right after the close, so we will see if we're actually going to get some downside tomorrow morning. But again, these are some shorter time frames signals, and are not to be thought as weekly confirmation that the price is going to reverse down 5%. So pay attention to what's going on. All right, let's get into some more data here. So actually, we'll get into some individual names. We'll talk about Apple because there's a lot of people talking about Apple right now. Apple is terrible. You don't want to own it. It is probably the most oversold I think it's been in history. I think someone said that it was the most oversold RSI in history. I don't know if that's true because we have gone lower before on the daily time frame. So I don't know what they were talking about. The RSI, I think, technically could go lower. The weekly time frame isn't even that bad, so it's still possible for Apple to start to chopping sideways and lower here. And again, you're in the buy area for Apple, so I do have a potential larger ABC with a bigger target down here between 159 and 148, which is a larger, target in terms of a retrace. So we'll have to follow up with that if we do hit this area. But if not, in that case, then the area that I have outlined right here should hold as support. So, but we'll see. We'll see if it does end up holding. If it doesn't, and you break below this pivot and you start to roll over, in that case, I would just stop out and look for another bigger buy at a lower bound of the range. But in my opinion, given how bullish the markets are right now, it's still very likely that you could find a low here and just rally out of here. And there's a lot of bad news about Apple, bad sales, all this stuff, but this is what the charts are showing. This is what I see with the charts at the moment. All right, let me get into some more data here. We'll take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA making a new all-time highs today. So it looks like we continue to push higher and higher. And I said, guys, if we take out this RSI right up here at 85, then we're just going to extend the third wave. And people are continuously shorting these semiconductors. It's a very tough trade. It's a very tough trade right now. But I think someone was saying, we actually got some dark pool data. I'll just show you guys right now that the SOXS, which is the triple leverage long for the semiconductors, we got a massive trade at the highs here. I think it was, what did they say? 600,000 at the tippy top, ranked number 69. All right, so this is the XO, this is the SMH, and then we also got the XOXL and the XOXS. So this is essentially potentially confirming a very big sell from the semiconductors, and maybe we're gonna get a down day tomorrow. So again, we will see. Also, Taiwan Semiconductors, the number 3 trade occurred here at the highs as well. So we will see. We will see indeed. Let's take a look at some more individual names. We'll take a look at ROKU. So ROKU here, actually holding support once again. So in my opinion, if ROKU starts to take off, which it very well could be, looking at the stochastics here on the RSI, it's been very oversold for a very long time. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, you are starting to build some bullish divergence, which is nice to see, especially if you're making lower lows. We made a low here, and then we made another lower low, and it may not be big, but it is there. So it's possible that this was your 4 wave, and this is your 5th wave, and now you're going to take off. So in my opinion, this would be a buy, and then you have a stop set at 57. So if you go any lower than here, then you just stop out of the trade and you look for a better opportunity. Let's take a look at StarBucks. So StarBucks, again, like I said, very tough trade. And I said if you start to break below the support area and you lose these pivots, in my opinion, this could turn into a very big waterfall sell-off. And if we do measure the targets from this level here, then I can give you a very not a very accurate, but probably a bigger range in terms of a target for where you're gonna go in your third wave. So the larger wave 3 would be headed to. I think I drew that wrong. Let me just redo that fib calculation, because I just noticed that I may have drawn that wrong, and I don't want to do that. So let me just pull that here. There we go. So just mark the wave 2 top there. And if we are going to go down and you're looking for a target to buy, then I wouldn't enter until I hit between the 82 to the 72 area. But again, this is a wave 3, so it could be very big, and you could start to impulse down pretty violently. Okay, so that's basically it. I don't really have much to add on StarBucks. It's not a great chart at the moment. Let me take a look at PayPal. So PayPal is shaping up a little bit better, although I think that PayPal does need to go down to this area and tag it as a buy, and then reverse out of it. And at that point, I think you'd be finished. And then you should take off in a third wave. That's basically it. Pretty straightforward. PayPal has been beaten up, and this name, once it confirms past this downsloping trend line, I think you'll be off to the races. Okay. All right. Let me take a look at a few more things here. We'll take a look at Mara, because Mara, Bitcoin's at near all-time highs, right? Or we made a new all-time high. Look where the Bitcoin miners are going. This is what I told you guys I thought what was going to happen, weeks ago, right? And we heard that this is what might be potentially your fifth wave top, and you're going to truncate in reverse, and it's playing out very nicely so far. You're coming down in a third wave. You'll finish up down here most likely in a 4 and a 5, and then after that you'll get a B wave bounce. So this will be your bounce, and then it'll come back up, and then a final C leg to finish it off. At which point I can give you a more accurate target of where we're gonna go. So if the A wave ends right at the pivot here, then the C leg should be somewhere around let's say the B wave ends there, then the C leg will be the buy area should be right around here. Okay. I don't think it'll go down to here anymore, to be honest. I think the major target that we have at the moment is pretty damn accurate, because it can't go into negative prices unless it do stock splits and stuff. But it won't do that in my opinion. And I think the wave 2, the cycle 2 should finish here, and this will be an accumulation area between $18 to $9. So anywhere here is a buy for the long term, and then you should go significantly higher. Okay, all right, that's about it. I think I covered everything that I needed to cover. We'll take a look at the TLT, yields, and the dollar. So right now, TLT pushing higher. Now I did say that if it is going to finish here, which we can do a quick calculation. Let me see. I'm actually curious to see if the fib calculation here is correct. We actually overshot. Let me take a look at the daily. Looks like you gapped higher, right? And then you sold off. You sold down into it. So, this would be a C leg, but it would be an extended C, and I wouldn't like the trade now if it were short. But if it's going to make a reversal, it should be at any moment. Like, it should be now. And yields should start to push higher, which means the TLT should start to go down in a dramatic fashion, right? In a wave 3, which should mean a gap down and another gap down and another gap down. This would be bad for equities. But right now, we have the dollar, 2 days in a row, massive sell-off, and we have it gapping down 2 days in a row too. DXY, huge down day, gap down, right? It opened lower, right? The close was here. This was the open. You came back up and you filled the gap. And then you start to push down lower. And now you gap down again, right? You open lower, and it's pushing higher, to fill this gap here on the DXY. And it is going, maybe we'll get another third wave. So it's still possible that this is your first wave 1 towards the downside. But all I see right now is 3 waves, which could mean that this is going to be a reversal in a wave 3. So right here, what I have illustrated on this chart, I only see one A, B, and a C, right? And if I draw a target for the C leg, let me get rid of a couple things here. Let me just move this over here, and we'll focus on the bullish scenario for the DXY. If this is the bull case, then this should end tomorrow after you enter this area. Maybe you get a dip down and that's it, right? And you reverse out of it, and you should pop higher. Okay, so anywhere in this area, this is where the DXY should reverse in a wave 2. Okay, if it gets to that area. If we get a pop and another reversal, now you have 5 waves down. Now this is no longer bullish. This means the dollar is going lower, right? And you want to be looking for that wave 1 bottom, wave 2 bounce. That wave 2 bounce is probably going to be when the market pulls back, and then another third wave. So this would be the market melt up scenario. Okay, so just keep that into account when you're looking at yields, dollar, right, and how it's correlated to equities. It's very simple. Dollar up, equities down. Dollar down, equities up. Look what happened today, right? Well, we're looking at the new DXY, but the DXY was down significantly today. Equities were up, right? So that tells you everything you need to know. All right, that's pretty straightforward. I don't really have much to add. Enjoy the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. Love you all. Peace.